Hey guys, my name is Kirsty and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about my top 10 YA contemporaries. Now, because it's summer, quite a lot of people just fancy reading YA contemporaries in the summer because sometimes it can be light, fluffy, just easy reads. So I put together a list of all my favourite contemporaries that just blew me away, and yeah, let's get on with it, shall we? So the first book is If I Was Your Girl by Meredith Russo. I have just recently read this. It's about a girl who was born a boy, but she's always thought that she was a girl, and it's just about her going into a new school environment, dealing with that, you know, finding out who she is as a person, as a girl, and it's about family, friendships, there's romance. It is really light-hearted at times, but obviously because this is a book about a transgender young woman, there are parts which are really hard to read because it gets really emotional. This is a really good book and I thoroughly recommend it. Second one is Holding Up the Universe by Jennifer Niven. This is about, I think it's America's fattest teen, and also there's a boy who can't recognise faces, so he's got to rely on sense of smell or their voice just to realise who he's speaking to or who he's with. And it's about those two characters meeting each other, how they help each other. It was so inspiring. It was funny in places because the female character Libby is just so hilarious and she's strong and she just doesn't care what people think. The next one is actually a series, so this is going to count as one because I cannot pick which one's my favourite, and that is the Am I Normal Yet series by Holly Bourne. So we've got Am I Normal Yet, How Hard Can Love Be, What's a Girl Gotta Do, and Happy New Year. This book is a very feminist series which I absolutely loved. It centres around three girls who start their own spinster club, which is awesome, and each book follows a different girl. So this one follows Evie, this one follows Amber, and this one follows Lottie, and then this one just follows all of them. It is also about mental health as well, especially Am I Normal Yet? And I found it such a refreshing way of telling a story about mental health. It was educational, yet it didn't seem like a pamphlet that you'd find in the doctors. It was really, really good. It is actually one of my favourite books of all time. I absolutely love Holly Bourne's writing. I own all of her books, I've read all of her books, and I've loved all of her books. This is a really good summer series to read, I think, because not all of them are about mental health. It's mainly just the first one, since the main character does suffer from mental health. But they are really cute, really summery, and they're absolutely hilarious, and I thoroughly recommend them. Next we have two books by the same author, and that is Simon vs. Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli and The Upside of Unrequited, also by Becky Albertalli. Now these, I'm sure you've probably heard about. These are absolutely two amazing books. I cannot tell you enough how good they are. This one centres around a guy who is gay, and Simon is talking to this character called Blue, and Simon realises that slowly he's fallen in love with this character, which is so cute. But unfortunately the emails between Simon and Blue are discovered by someone, and Simon starts to get blackmailed, bullied, and it's about his journey through that and how he overcomes it. And I just think it's so cute, it's so good. The Upside of Unrequited is about a girl named Molly who has had 26 or 27 crushes, and she never goes through with them. This is such an amazing book. It's so diverse as well. I mean, there's Molly and her sister Cassie. Cassie is a lesbian, and Molly and Cassie have two moms. So you've got lesbian moms, a lesbian sister, and basically Cassie and her new girlfriend they meet a guy, and Molly starts to fall for this guy because she thinks, oh, he's so cute, maybe this is the chance I'll get to actually finally go through with one of my crushes. But then she starts at a job and she meets this guy called Reed, who is a massive Star Wars fan, massive Lord of the Rings fan. So she's got to do 2 crushes at the same time, and it's about her figuring out what's best for her, and it's about her discovering what her heart wants. And yeah, I found it really, really good. Absolutely loved it. 2 amazing books by Becky Albertalli. Next we have A Quiet Kind of Thunder by Sarah Bernard. This book focuses on 2 main characters. So we have a girl who suffers from very, very bad anxiety. She hardly speaks because she's just so nervous to talk in public, and so she's one of the main characters. The other main character is a guy called Reese, who is deaf. These 2 characters meet and it's about their journey together. So Steph doesn't talk, Reese can't hear, and it's about them communicating with each other using sign language. And I thought it was such a cute contemporary. I absolutely loved it. I've also read Sarah Bernard's other book, Beautiful Broken Things, and I actually enjoyed this one better. And it also made me come to the realisation that I actually think sign language should be taught in every primary school and every secondary school around the country. But this is absolutely amazing. Next book we have is Night Owls by Jen Bennett. In America it has a completely different title. It's called The Anatomical Shape of the Heart. So it's got a completely different cover and a completely different name to the American version, but I actually prefer Night Owls better, and I prefer the UK cover better. And this book is about a girl. She gets on a train and she meets this graffiti artist on this train, and it's about them sprucing up a friendship and about them getting to know each other. And because it's a YA contemporary, of course there is some romance involved. And the thing that I liked most about this is the fact that the main character, Beatrix, she is also into art, but she likes drawing anatomy drawings, like the ones that you'd find in science books, in textbooks and stuff. So she'll draw like a hand, and you can see like the tendons in the hand and the blood vessels, and yeah, so she's that type of artist. And I found it so cool to have 2 main characters who are into art and they're into 2 different types of art. And I just thought it was really cute, it was hilarious, and yeah, it was really, really good. The romance was really good as well. The next book is one I'm sure you've all heard of, and that's Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I read this while I was going into my first year of university, and it was just the perfect time for me to read it, because we follow the main character Kath, who is just starting her first year of university, and I found I could relate to her so much because it was about her coming to terms with just the timetabling, the schedule, all of the work. And while she's dealing with all the university work that you get, she also writes fan fiction on her blog about Simon Snow and Baz, which you'll know because those characters are from Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. This is absolutely perfect for a read because all of you who are going into university this year, you can read this in the summer. And she also has a twin called Ren, who is also starting her first year of university, but she's more outgoing than Kath. She wants to meet new people, she wants to party all the time, thoroughly get involved in the university lifestyle. And Kath just wants to sit in a room, she wants to write her fan fiction, she wants to read books, she just wants to get on with university life. And it's just about her opening her heart to new people, meeting new people. There's a bit of romance involved. So yeah, really enjoyed it. I loved reading the snippets of her fan fiction as well about Simon and Baz from Carry On. And the next book is a quite new release, and that is Geek Arella by Ashley Poston. If you can't tell by the title, this is a Cinderella retelling, and I absolutely love this because the main character in this book, Elle, is a massive geek. She's a huge fan of this TV show that is being remade. So it's a remake of her favourite TV show, but it's been made into a film. And she also is the creator of a very popular blog that talks about this TV show that's called Starfield. When she realises the cast has been mentioned and it's been released, and she sees who's playing one of her favourite characters, and she's completely let down because she doesn't think he's the right guy for the role, and she gets really angry. But what's interesting about Geek Arella is that we have two perspectives. So we've got one from Elle, and the other perspective is Prince Charming. So that's Darian Freeman, who is actually the actor that Elle doesn't like, which is a massive twist. I thought it was really good, but I thought it was really interesting to see Darian's perspective of it. I just thought it was really interesting because obviously we don't get to see that in the Disney fairy tale. We never get to see Prince Charming's point of view. I read it in a couple of hours because I was just so engrossed within it. The next book is Letters to the Lost by Bridget Chimera? I don't know, I'm so sorry if I butchered that name. This one does pull on your heartstrings a little bit, so it's not light and fluffy all the way through. So it's a young girl called Juliet, and her mother has passed away, and every day she writes different letters to her mom, which is really sad, and it made me cry just reading the letters. And she leaves the letters on her mother's grave. Now one day a guy called Declan, he works at the graveyard and he sees this letter. He actually reads the letter that Juliet has left for her mother, and he leaves a reply. And it's about this interaction between these two characters. At first they start corresponding through the letters that Juliet leaves on her mother's grave. It's about them helping each other through things. It's just cute. It's just absolutely adorable. I loved the characters. Like I said before, it does pull on your heartstrings a little bit, but overall it's such an amazing book and I really do recommend it. The next one is one that I know you've all heard of, and that is The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. This takes place over the time of one day. So it's about these two characters, they meet each other, and it's about them doing things over this time period of one day. And what's interesting is the girl called Natasha, she is about to get deported back to Jamaica. So she's gone to meet with a lawyer. She's doing last minute pleas to her lawyer to stop her family from getting deported. And then there's the character called Daniel, who is half Korean, and he's just sick of trying to be the good son to his family. He just wants to go on, he wants to do his own things in life. And these two characters meet each other. So it's about those two characters just talking to each other, and the ending left me just broke. I can't say what the ending is. It's probably not what you're thinking if you haven't read it. I read this book and I cried so much. So I think I was sat on my bed for about half an hour crying because it was just that emotional. And the final book is I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. This was absolutely brilliant. This is also centered around twins, so there's a lot of family relationships in here, and the twins are called Jude and Noah, and the story is told from both their perspectives. And if I remember correctly, Jude's is told from when she was younger, and Noah's is told in the present tense. And then as the story progresses, you find Jude's point of view to be in the present. If I'm completely wrong, I'm so sorry. I read this book ages and ages ago, but I still know that I loved it, even though I can't 100% remember what happens. It is about these two characters. Something happens to them, and they're just not as close as they used to be anymore. They used to be like this, like really close. Something happens, they don't speak anymore, they don't talk, and it's about both characters finding love and accepting each other. And I just found it was really cute, it was heartwarming, it was funny, it was emotional, and it's such good writing. I mean, absolutely brilliant. Noah is a massive art fan. He loves drawing, he loves making things, and I just found it to be really cute. So there we have it. Those are my top 10 contemporaries to read this summer. I hope you enjoyed it. I do have reviews for most of these books on my website, which is the bibliophilegirluk.com. I'll leave a link in the description below to each of the books that I have reviews for. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you've got any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. And because I'm just starting out this channel, a subscribe would mean the world to me, because it would show you support, and it just gives me that extra little bit of motivation just to carry on filming these videos for you. My schedule is every Tuesday and Friday, so that is another schedule that I need to stick to, so fingers crossed it actually works. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!